Good evening, guests, fellow Toastmasters. When you think of somebody who's charismatic, who comes to mind? Anybody? Anybody have an example of who's charismatic?
Happy.
Who?
Or someone who's happy.
Someone who's happy, but a name specifically.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Very good example of someone who's charismatic. Now, Ian, do you think Bill Clinton was born charismatic? Or do you think he learned to be that way?
A bit of both, but you learn a lot of it.
That's right. And I'd like to inspire you all to be more charismatic. What is charisma? Is it waving your arms? Is it yelling, screaming, jumping up and down? Or doing something outlandish like Lady Gaga? It's not really any of those things. It's really simply two things. Power and warmth combined is really what charisma is. And when I talk about power, I'm talking about knowledge or confidence. That is, you can affect somebody's world. And when I'm talking about warmth, I'm talking about caring and having a presence, being interested in what the other person is about. But those two, by themselves, alone, don't really get you charisma. Because if you wield your power, you could come off as arrogant and very early arrogant. Anthony Weiner is someone who comes to mind as someone who used power, but it wasn't combined with warmth. And if you only have warmth, you come across as eager to please, likable. But if you come across as just warm, you may be thinking to yourself, well, will this person, is this person, they care, but can they change my world? So it leaves you with the question of charisma is someone who can move the mountain for you and who would also at the same time care to move the mountain for you. So now that we know that, can you learn to be charismatic? Well, there's a couple things that happen when you're approaching somebody and want to influence them in a charismatic way. If you're just talking the talk, your body language is going to betray you. So body language is very important because studies show that you're the observer of your communication can read your body language in 17 milliseconds. That makes an impression upon them. And there's so much going on that to try and control everything is utterly impossible and would be absolutely exhausting. While I've been talking here, you've been blinking. Were you aware that you were blinking? What was controlling the rhythm and the rate at which you were blinking? Something subconscious. So when your message, your verbal message is incongruent with what you're feeling inside, you're going to have these micro expressions. As much as you might be trying to control your body language, you're going to have these micro expressions that'll be picked up by the observer, and they will have a gut reaction, and they'll know that what you're saying doesn't really match with what you're feeling. So you may be coming across as powerful, but you're not coming across as caring or warm. So the question is, two questions really. Can you learn the right mental state? And then, can it become second nature? So when you think about somebody like Gandhi, which I'll use as an example to answer the second question first, can it become second nature? As a young man, he was very uncomfortable talking in front of large crowds. But methodically, he practiced and was disciplined, and later in life moved millions of people with his speeches. And that's one of the things that I've been getting from Toastmasters. And then the other is, can you get the right mental state? And what can put you in that right mental state, in the correct mental state, so that your body language is congruent with your message. And there's a technique called visualization that over 80% of Olympic athletes use. They think in every detail about what they're going to do in the track meet, or what they're going to do when they come up to bat in a baseball game. And so, how can you use that visualization to come across as warm? Well, the technique is to think of a time where you had an event in your life where you were absolutely triumphant in that event, and it fills you with confidence. And then you marry that with visualization of the event that you're going to. You think of it as every little small detail of it going the way that you want it to go. Just like you're swinging the golf club. So if you're going to meet somebody for the first time and you want to make a very good impression on them, you think of, first you start with that event in your life, and you link that with the sensation of the touch of the handshake and the smile on your face when you're greeting that person, and their reaction to your presentation in a positive way. Linking those two things together, you can come across as charismatic. And that is what I hope to inspire you to think about that, and think about how you can be more charismatic from day to day. The studies show that people who follow or following charismatic leaders find more meaning in their work and in their life, and team performance and organizational performance is significantly higher when they're following a charismatic leader. So I hope you can use that trick and that technique to have a positive influence on the world. Thank you very much.